Welcome to game number 2 on March 17th here at Phoenix College. Phoenix College Bears are hosting the Kirkwood Community College Eagles. In game 1, the Bears dominated the Eagles 6-1 with a grand slam with the likes after a grand slam with the likes of Jenna Huey and amazing pitching by Logan Stepp. On the mound for the Bears, it's going to be Alyssa Trinan. The Bears entering this series are currently on a 17-game win streak, which ranges all the way back to February 21st after defeating Glendale Community College 12-1. And Kirkwood gets a hit in the opening inning. Leadoff hit Emily Linder gets a double off of Alyssa Trinan. Nevaeh Hildenbrandt up at the plate. Watch that one go. Strike one. Wide. 1-1 count now. Pitching for the Bears has been quite advanced throughout this season with their 23-4 record this season. Alyssa Trinan getting her 6th start of the season. Has an ERA of 5.08 with 18 strikeouts. That one went just high. 3-1 count now in Phoenix. At the plate is Nevaeh Hildenbrandt. Nevaeh has one of the highest slugging percentages for the Kirkwood Eagles, and she gets hit by the pitch. That ball came high and into the shoulder of Nevaeh Hildenbrandt. She gets up and looks like she's okay, just a little shaken up. The fastball from Trinan went inside and hit her, I think, just in the rear delt area. Kind of gave her a shock, and looks like she's nodding it off. Looks like she's going to be okay, and she's going to advance to first base with a smile on her face. At the plate for the Eagles, Grace Lubin swung through that one. Grace Lubin on the season has a batting average of .282 with 3 home runs. Trinan's going to have that one low outside. 1-1 count for Grace Lubin. Winds up and has that one wide and high for the 2-1 count. And Hildenbrandt advances to second on the pitch. Now runner on second, 0 outs. 2-1 count. Alyssa Trinan gonna wind up, send that one wide, and Lubin's just gonna watch that one. Hildenbrandt on second. 3-1 count. And Lubin's going to make contact with that one's going to foul off to the back. Full count now for Grace Lubin. 0 outs. Runner on second. high flying ball into left field. Hits the wall, and we're going to send the runners home. Kirkwood sends 2 home with Hildebrandt. Emily Linder and Avea Hildebrandt hit home. And Grace Lubin slides into third. Looks like Lubin's okay. Or, for that matter, Lubin was tagged out. Kirkwood takes the lead. Little change of script from last game. Kirkwood's now up 2-0 after the double from Lubin. Now at the plate, Peggy Klingler. Right down the middle. Watch that one go by. Peggy Klingler, designated player for the Eagles. Gonna foul off that one, off to the right side. 0-2 count. Count for Klingler. Gonna let that one go by. It was high and wide. Tryon's already seeming to struggle early on. And Kirkwood keeps the energy up by cheering for each other in the dugout. And this was going to foul off wide right, out of play. Peggy Klingler on the season, a .370 batting average, 2 home runs. And foul tip again. 1-2 count, 1 out. The Eagles are up 2-0, no one on base. And Klingler is going to stay at the plate, looking for her 18th run or 18th hit of the season. Tryon's going to wind up, send that one low, and just down the left field line. And Klingler's going to go to 2. And the Eagles come out swinging. In game 1, we saw minimal hitting offense from the Eagles, and now seems like they have woken up here at Phoenix College. Sydney Rowe at the plate for the Eagles. That one's low in the dirt from Tryon. Sydney Rowe with a .449 batting average this season. That one's going to be low in the dirt. Dishes it out to second base, and Rowe will be out at first, but Klingler will advance to third. Elise Kingston fielded that one at second base and sent it to Riley Martins at first. Now 2 outs with Klingler on third. Tryon's going to look to get her first strikeout of the game. Right down the middle is a strike. At the plate for Kirkwood, Annie Gahan. Annie Gahan on the season, .269 batting average, 14 hits, and she's going to get her 15th, sending it into left field. Klingler will go home. A short hit to left field. Bounces right up into Madison Garcia's Madison Garcia couldn't hold on to that one. Came in with too much heat after bouncing off the ground, and Gahan went to steal second as she slid down. Ball hit her in the back. Seems to be okay. But on that hit from Gahan, the ball bounced up and Garcia failed to hold on to that one, couldn't make a play, and Klingler was sent home. Low pitch, 2-0 count now for Alyssa Trinan. The Eagles are up 3-0. Already a great start for Kirkwood. Sydney Rowe watches the low pitch and she's getting ready for a huge slam. She's one of the biggest power hitters on the team. 3-0 count for the Eagles. And that one was outside, and Rowe will take the base. And now we got 2 on base, 2 outs. Rowe on first, or Kennedy Hill on first, and Annie Gahan on second, giving Alyssa Trinan a hard time already. On the plate for the Eagles, Lexi Hines swung right through that one. 1-1 count for the Eagles. Lexi Hines on the season, 8 hits and a batting average of .258. Lexi Hines watches that one go wide, and trying to find some wiggle room, squeeze out and out here to get the offense onto the field with an explosive offense of the Bears that they have. Low ball, and Hines will barely tip it off. It'll be a foul ball. 2-2 count now. One more strike and the pressure will be off of Trinan so she can regroup and reorganize for next inning. High pitch from Trinan. Lexi Hines doesn't bite. 3-2 count. The Eagles have been traveling all throughout the country, ranked number 11 in the division, and she's going to tip that one into fair play. She's going to run to first, and she makes it to first. Slight miscommunication from Asia Jones. Didn't get it to first base. She must have thought that it was a foul ball. And now Lexi Hines is on first base. Bases loaded for the Eagles. The head coach for the Bears is going to talk to the umpire and say, seems a little confused on whether that was a foul or not. The Eagles have been traveling throughout the entire country, playing their games throughout different states, ranked number 11 in the Division II Junior College Softball National Rankings. And the Phoenix Bears have stayed in the greater Phoenix area and the state of Arizona, and are ranked number 2 in the nation. This matchup between the Bears and the Eagles is one to be reckoned with, as this will be the Bears' toughest matchup this season. They're currently on a 17-game win streak, haven't lost a game since February 20th. And the head coach is going to be talking to Alyssa Trinan. For Kirkwood, in the past 5 road games, they're 3-2, and they're looking at a triple header today. They played Game 1 at 11 o'clock this morning against Phoenix. Game 2 is happening right now, and then at 7 p.m. they're gonna head down the 10 freeway and meet up with Glendale Community College, and a pitch right down the middle for Brooke Kilberg. 1-1 count, bases loaded, 2 outs. Eagles are up 3-0. Low pitch for Kilberg. And it's a 2-1 count. But back on the note of Kirkwood, always traveling. They're always looking at different talent and different teams to play. Strike down the middle from Trine, and 2 strikes, 2 balls. Bases loaded. And Gahan looks to race home. He's got a foul off that one to the fence. Still a 2-2 count. While Phoenix has been dominating their entire schedule with their 17-game win streak as of today, 8 of those games have been in forfeit. And a ball out to left field. And the Eagles will send 2 home. They'll send 2 home until Lexi Hines is tagged out at second. The far hit out to left field off the bat of Brooke Kilberg sent Annie Gahan and Lexi Hines home, extending their lead 5-0 after the first inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first inning here at Phoenix College, home of the Bears. The Kirkwood Eagles lead 5-0. And batting first for the Bears, Logan Stepp is going to foul out right. Logan Stepp had a phenomenal game just about 30 minutes ago on the mound with 13 strikeouts. She now leads the team in strikeouts, and now he's going to spend some time at the plate. Logan Stepp's going to pop that one up in the infield, and Kirkwood will scoop up that pop out. Emily Linder at third base for Kirkwood got the pop up, and up next for the Bears, Asia Jones. Asia Jones, great power hitter, had a home run in the game just before this to extend the Bears' lead to 6-2, and she's going to hit it down the left field line, and she's going to be out at first. Emily Linder fielding the ball once again. Up next at the plate for the Bears, Bella Angelo. Bella Angelo on the season with a .486 batting average. She leads the team in home runs with 10. A great power hitter to have on this team. A slug percentage of 1.027. So chances are she will get on base and hit the ball when she's on plate. And there she goes, hitting it into the second base, and she'll be out at first. Quick bottom of the first inning for the Eagles. And the Bears come up short on that offensive push. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning. Welcome back. We're going to be awaiting the top of the second inning. Alyssa Trinan taking the mound. Hopefully she was able to find a groove to keep the score at a minimum for the Eagles. If you're just joining us, my name is Kyle Kokorian, and we're looking at the top of the second inning approaching us here at Phoenix College, where they host the Kirkwood Eagles. So far in the season, the Eagles are 23-4, ranked number 2 nationally, while Kirkwood is ranked number 11. And Kirkwood travels the country playing different colleges in different states, and the Bears have stayed in the greater Phoenix area, in the entire Arizona region for that matter. Alyssa Trinan on the mound for the Bears had a rough start, allowing a 5-run lead in the first inning. Hopefully she found a way to regroup and reorganize to pitch a shutout for at least one inning to give the Bears some time to catch back up with their outstanding hitting that they have. Trinan so far in the season has the highest ERA of the starting pitchers the Bears have, with a 5.08. At the plate for the Eagles, Sailor Hall, or Emily Linder, my apologies. That one's fouled out to deep right field. And Emily Linder back at the plate. 0-1 count. And Emily Linder's going to send that one deep right field. That hits the wall, and Linder's going to go to second for the double. Deep hit by Linder. Gets her second hit of the day. And it looks like we're going to get a pitching switch, pitching change. And Alyssa Trinan's going to head to the dugout. Now taking the mound. Taking the mound for the Bears is going to be Alexis Eiersman. On the season, Eiersman so far has 55 strikeouts, which is second on the team, just being beaten today by Logan Stepp with her 13 strikeout performance today. Eiersman has the lowest ERA, 1.29. Looks like Eiersman's going to be the one to put this game away and keep the score at a minimum to give the Bears a victory today. It's a tough situation for Alyssa Trinan. Only started in 5 games and got her 6th today and ended short after letting 5 runs go and then the double just now in the second. Now Alexis Eiersman at the mound for her first pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Nevaeh Lindenbrandt. Just watch that one go. Strike 2. Went right through the bat of Hildebrandt, and it looks like Eiersman is picked up the slack and is going to hold on to the score for the Bears. Foul ball off the backside of the field. Oh, 2 count so far. Hildebrandt looking for a hit. Eiersman taking the mound. High pitch. And it was a strikeout. Hildebrandt watched that one come in. She saw it a little high, didn't swing for it. And the first strikeout of the game goes to Alexis Eiersman. Grace Levin swings through that one. Alexis Eiersman. She's taking the reins on the mound. This is going to be the weakness for the Eagles. And Levin watches that one go by as well. 2 strikes in a row. 0-2 count. 1 out. Nobody on base. A wide pitch. Makes it a 1-2 count. Eiersman, the most dominant on the mound. Doesn't allow very many runs. 1.29 ERA. High and wide pitch. Levin watches that one go by. I apologize to my viewers at home. I knocked over the camera. And a low pitch. The strikeout for Eiersman. 2 in a row. Double trouble. Already Eiersman is proving that she belongs on the mound. Ball inside. Eiersman has a 6.49 Ks per 7. Foul ball out of play. 6.45 Ks per 7 for Eiersman, which is the second most on the team. Leading her is Logan Stepp with her, including her amazing performance earlier today. And Eiersman's gonna look to regain that leading strikeout number. Low pitch. Foul tipped from Peggy Klingler. And Emily Linder stays on second after the double from pitched by Alyssa Trinan. 1-2 count sends that one deep right field. And that one was fielded in by Logan Stepp. The Bears retire the side and shut out that inning after a rough start in the first. The Bears still trail 5-0, but looks more promising now that Eiersman has taken the mound. With the talented group behind her, seems like the Bears will be able to keep the Eagles at the 5 runs that they have. It's now up to the offense to pick up that slack and bring the score to their advantage. Stick around. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning. Kirkwood leads Phoenix 5-0. Bottom of the second. Pitching for the Eagles, Sailor Hall. On the season, Hall has the lowest ERA on the team in the pitching squad with 1.30. She is a force to be reckoned with. Last game, Kara Myers, the second lowest ERA, 1.37. Got absolutely bombed on, 6-2. And a huge hit into center field. Dancita Hernandez hits it to center field, and she gets on base. The first hit of the game for the Bears. It almost seemed like Sailor Hall was going to get a no-hitter, but Hernandez came in and stopped that one. Inside pitch. At the plate is Jenna Huey. Huey had a grand slam, which gave the lead to the Bears. Expect Huey to slam this one deep into the outfield. Swung right over that one. 1-1 count. Hernandez is on first, waiting to sprint home. Low pitch, and Huey swung at that one. Low and outside, looked like a golf swing from her. She knows that one was low. She really needs to send this one out. She wants to send this one out. Give her team the lead or some sort of momentum. 1-2 count. Sailor Hall with a low one and is just tipped by Huey. Still a 1-2 count. And Hernandez is on first. On the season, the pitching for the Eagles has been outstanding. 2.15 ERA on average out of the 4 pitchers they have, and a grounder to third base. Gets Hernandez out at second, and Huey will be safe at first. Emily Linder getting a lot of action early on in this game. Had 2 outs and delivered 2 outs in the first and delivered that one, which resulted almost in the double play. And Huey stays at first. The 1 outs. Pitch right down the middle. Kara Meyer. Kara Meyer on the season with a .266 batting average, just fouling down the left line for the 1-2 count. Karen on the season has 1 home run and 14 RBIs. With a slugging percentage of .438. That one's going to be low and a strikeout. Watch that one go by like it was a comet. And Sailor Hall is controlling this game controlling the game for the Eagles against a strong Bears team. At the plate for the Bears, Riley Martins, and she's going to tip that one up. Going to go out of play behind the fence. It is quite surprising to see such a slow offense for the Bears early on. A very strong hitting group. 43 home runs on the season. That one was wide. 1-1 count. But 267 runs by the Phoenix Bears throughout this season, not including the 6 earlier today. And the Eagles have been controlling that very well. Here goes Saylor. A low grounder to the mound, and Saylor Hall fields that one and sends it to first base to retire that side once again. And the Bears again come up with a big goose egg. They're going to have to find some sort of way to get someone home. They haven't lost a game since February 20th. The first game of their win streak started against Glendale Community College, which they won 14-7. Or 12-0, my apologies. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after a short break. The top of the third is ahead of us. Top of the third. Ayersman on the mound for the Bears. And she's been doing a great job in controlling this game. Swung right through that one. Was Sydney Rowe. 1-1 count. The Eagles continue to do their cheers in their dugout. Sydney Rowe's going to send that one to left field, out of play for the foul ball. 1-2 count. Ayersman looks relaxed on the mound, not letting anything by. Low pitch, tips it off the fence. Ayersman's going to pick that one right back up after it rolls towards her. 1-2 count still. The Eagles lead 5-0. Pitch down the middle, and Rowe flies out into short left field. Fielded by Elise Kingston at shortstop. One out in the top of the third inning. Ayersman's going to control the game for the Bears, and right down the middle, strike one. Annie Gahan just watched that one go right past her. High pitch. That one was high by Ayersman. She's going to start toying with the Eagles a little bit, try to catch them off guard, just to get this defense off the field so the Bears can have some time to get on the board. And a short grounder to second, and Gahan will be out at first base. Elise Kingston fielding that one in. At second base. Ayersman with the wide pitch. And at the plate for the Eagles is grounder to third, and will be tagged out at first. Kennedy Hill Grounder the third was fielded up by Dan Nitza Hernandez. The Bears successfully retired the side once again with no runs and no hits. Looks like Erisman's going to be the answer for this Bears team going forward. But now it's time to put some runs on the board and get some hits. This game has been chugging along quite quickly. We're at the bottom of the third inning now. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Third inning, bottom of the third inning is just upon us. Back to the bottom of the third. The Eagles continue to lead the Bears 5-0. The Bears are ranked number 3 in the nation, and the Eagles ranked number 11. The Eagles are making a statement right now this game, and an early swing from Elise Kingston right down the middle of the plate. Elise Kingston's one of the weaker hitters on the team with a .82 batting average with only 4 hits on the season. Will look to be light work for Sailor Hall. Sailor Hall with a very low ERA of 1.37 or 1.30. Phenomenal pitching by the Eagles for whoever they put out on the mound. Will always be the challenge for the Bears. Wide pitch. Grants the 1-2 count. Still 5-0. Sailor Hall is going to be the savior for today to split the series between these two teams. Foul tip the ball from Kingston. Still the 1-2 count. Kirkwood Eagles are siding out of Iowa. They travel the country around, play different teams in different states, so they get to see different talent. And Kingston with the check swing is struck out on that one. Not the hardest task for Sailor Hall. She continues to prove to be dominant on the mound. Foul ball down the left field line. Madison Garcia. Garcia on the season with a .333 batting average, which is about the average batting average on the team. She's going to foul that one way behind the plate. Out of play. 0-2 count now. 1 out. Prior to this game, Madison Garcia has had 15 at-bats. Watch that one go by. High ball. 1-2 count now. Madison Garcia has only seen the plate 15 times. Hit the ball 5 times, one of them being a double, and now she's getting her plate appearance against the very talented Kirkwood Eagles team. 1-2 count. She's going to send that one deep right field. Pop out. Caught by Kennedy Hill. Or my apologies, Grace Leben fielded that right field pop-up. And now it's 2 outs for the Eagles. And Logan Stepp back up at the plate. Phenomenal game pitching, and she's going to pop out. Being caught by shortstop. And a quick out by Logan Stepp, the first pitch, and she flies out just behind second base. And that's the end of the third inning. Going to be looking at the top of the fourth in a moment, and this game has been chugging along very quickly. Both teams' pitching has been outstanding. If you exclude the top of the first for the Phoenix Bears, Alyssa Trinan couldn't find a good enough groove to keep her team in the game, and Alexis Ayersman came in for the rescue. Alexis Ayersman has the best ERA on the team, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the top of the fourth inning. After the extremely short break, we're back for the top of the fourth inning. Alexis Ayersman on the mound. Alexis Ayersman so far this game, there's 2 strikeouts. And she gets a strike right there. A nice slider on that one. On the plate for the Eagles is Lexi Hines. Lexi Hines on the season with a batting average of .258. She has 8 hits on the season. She's going to look for her 9th one right now. Foul tipping wide, out of play behind the fence. 1-2 count. The umpire is going to talk to the head coach for the Bears once again. He did it a numerous amount of times last game as well. A low ball by Ayersman. 2-2 count. If you're the Bears playing this game, you can only imagine that they're annoyed of the Kirkwood Eagles' cheers from the dugout. It gets into their head. They do a great job with a deep right field hit, and line drive hit was caught by Logan Stepp. No arc on that one. It was just a laser to right field, and Logan Stepp barely had to take 3 steps for that one. 1 out. The top of the fourth inning. And that's going to be a high one in the foul territory. And could not tell if she caught that or not. And first baseman Riley Martins did not come down with that one. Still on the plate for the Eagles is Emily Linder, or Brooke Kilberg, my apologies. Catcher couldn't come down with that one. Asia Jones lost that one in the, or not Asia Jones, the catcher lost that one in the air, and still 0-2 count. And a high flyer into left field. Saw that one, didn't really have to move very much. Was Madison Garcia. Didn't have to go very far. And now 2 outs. Nobody on base. Ayersman has been doing a great job in closing out these innings. Low hit with foul ball. Tip the ball and a bounced up hit the knees of Emily Linder, their star third baseman. Gets most of the fielding done for their team. Almost serves as their utility player. Linder swings right over that one for the 0-2 count. 2 outs, and Erzman's gonna look to put this one away with Linder. High pitch from Erzman. Tried to catch Linder swinging. One-two count. Erzman doesn't really have to stress too much. She has some room to wiggle, and she's going to try to bait Linder into swinging, and she does into center field. Not too hard of a challenge for center fielder Bella Angelo. And top of the fourth will end very quickly, and this game keeps chugging along. Out after out after out. The Bears seem to have locked down their defense, but can they enhance their offense and start slugging the ball? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back after the short break. Now at the bottom of the fourth inning. This game is chugging along a lot quicker than game one. Mainly thanks to the outstanding pitching from both sides. Alexis Erzman for the Bears and Sailor Hall for the Eagles, continuing just to close out each inning. That one's in the dirt. But they're continuing to close out each inning, keep this game short. And the Eagles have one more game tonight against Glendale Community College at 7 p.m. They've got a triple trouble game weekend. And at the plate for the Bears is Riley, at the plate for the Bears is Alexis Erzman. She takes the plate. On the season, she has a .346 batting average. She can slug the ball pretty well, and she swings just over that one. 9 hits on the season for the star pitcher. And it's going to look like 2-2 count for Sailor Hall and the Eagles, and Erzman's going to swing right over that one. She didn't look too happy with that effort. But it's all right, because at the end of the day, she can definitely dish out some work on the mound. The Bears still trail 5-0. Bella Angelo at the plate. Her second appearance this game. Kind of crazy to believe that this team has hardly been able to get through the entire batting order by the top of the fourth, and swung over that one. 1-1 count. And Sailor Hall continues to be the workhorse for this Eagles team. 1 out, 1-1 count. Low and wide pitch from Sailor Hall. She knew that one was kind of out of the place, and she kind of gave a little look to her catcher. Sydney Rowe. And a ball down the left field line. A line drive was scooped up by Emily Linder. It was a low line drive. And Linder just out of nowhere scooped that one up like Superman or Superwoman. Emily Linder getting a lot of action at third base today. 2 outs. At the plate for the Bears is Danzita Hernandez. She had a hit earlier this game. She was the first one to get the hit for the Bears. Looking to get her second 2-0 count. Sailor Hall, the low pitch, and a strike, the ump calls it. And Hernandez just watched that one go right past her. It looks like she's going to hold off with the 2-0 count. Didn't seem like she didn't want to go for a pitch, hope for an extra ball. Now it's a 2-1 count. Get ready for her to swing. And she swings on that one and is fielded at shortstop. And she'll be out at first. And the Eagles continue to dominate defensively. They retire the side, and the Bears again come up shorthanded. Taking the mound will be Alexis Erzman for the Bears once again, and she will shut out this inning for the Bears. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th inning. This game has been chugging along quite quickly. Welcome back. Top of the 5th. Kirkwood still leads 5-0, and it looks like they're gonna look to extend their lead, but Alexis Erzman's on the mound. She will prevent that. Low pitch, ball 1. Erzman was pulled into the game in the top of the 2nd inning, and since then 0 runs have been recorded, and 0 hits have been recorded as well. Erzman had started pitching at the start of the game. She would be looking at a no-hitter as about right now. Strike 1 or strike 2 for the Bears. My apologies. Strike 1. Erzman pitches the ball, and Nevaeh Hildebrandt hits it into left field to be scooped up by Madison Garcia, and Hildebrandt gets the first hit off of Erzman. Erzman still is holding on to the shutout, but Hildebrandt found herself on first. Next up at the plate is Grace Lubin for the Eagles. And it looked a butt there, and Hildebrandt went to steal second. Grace Levin got in front of the plate there to distract the catcher from throwing it out to second. And Hildebrandt is now at second base. 0 outs. And Grace Levin at the plate for the Eagles. Bunts. And Hildebrandt advances to third, and Levin is safe at first. Good offensive play by the Eagles. Oh, I guess she was called out on. She was called out at first. Looked safe to me. So now there's 1 out. And Hildebrandt is on third. Fouled out behind the plate. And Ayersman's going to hold on to the shutout for the time being with 1 out. A 1 count. And Peggy Klinkler at the plate. Watch the high ball go past her, and now there's going to be a 1-1 count. Ayersman with the pitch and a deep ball into right center, and Hildebrandt goes home. And Klingler is tagged out at second, but Klingler sent that one to deep right. And now the Eagles are up 6-0. So the shutout is gone for Ayersman. Ayersman with a nasty pitch, and Sydney Rose swung right through that one. Little surprising from Ayersman. She doesn't let go of very many hits throughout the season. On the season, Ayersman has only let go 58 hits out of the 59 innings she has pitched. So comes to a little bit of a surprise to let that one go, but she was brought in at the top of the second in replacement of Alyssa Trinan, who allowed 5 runs in the first and then a double early on in the beginning of the second. The high right field foul ball be way out of play. 1-2 count. 1-2 count for Kirkwood. And Sydney Rose swung right over that one. And the Bears will retire the side. Now they're trailing 6-0, allowing that inning to fall behind them. They have some time to catch back up, however. But Kirkwood's pitching and defense has been outstanding, with the pitching from Sailor Hall and the third base fielding from Emily Linder. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back shortly after the break. Bottom of the 5th of game 2 between the Phoenix College Bears and the Kirkwood Eagles. If you're just joining us, my name is Kyle Krikorian. And the Bears trail the Eagles 5-0. The Bears coming into this game We're on a 17-game win streak, which started in late February 20th. And the Eagles have taken control of this game, starting out in the first inning. After the poor pitching from Melissa Trinan, she was taken out in the top of the second and being replaced by Alexis Erzman. And Erzman has only allowed one run in, which was just earlier in the top of the fifth inning. And now the Bears will be playing from behind. 2-0 count. And Emily Lindier fields that one at third once again. And Jenna Huey will be called out at first. Huey had a hit earlier this game and falls short on that one. On the back at the plate is for the Bears. It's Mackenzie Manygoats, newer player to the squad. Still no hits this season. She's looking for her first today. Didn't have any hits previously in game one just before this. And she's going to foul that one to left into the Kirkwood dugout. Came out like a laser on that one. And Manygoats faces a 1-2 count. Looking for her first hit on the team. Prior to this, she's at a weak swing. Seemed like she had second thoughts while swinging. Couldn't even get contact on her at-bat. That was her seventh at-bat on the season since joining the team. She's only played in 3 games, and she was looking for her first hit. And now there's 2 outs. The Eagles are going to look to close this one out. At the plate for the Bears is Riley Martins, first baseman. Riley Martins only has 5 hits on the season with a .217 batting average. And Martins is going to watch that one go by low. Sailor Hall's been outstanding this game for the Eagles, pitching a completely shutout game. 1-1 count for Riley Martins. Low pitch, makes it 2-1. And Sailor Hall hasn't switched up her pitching approach. She's been sticking with the fastballs and the low risers. It's been working out greatly for her. And a low grounder to second base, and Riley Martins is out at first, and the Eagles retire the side, keep this game chugging. They shut out the Bears once again. And Erzman and the Bears will take the field to eliminate any other offensive opportunities for the Eagles. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. top of the 6th inning. Alexis Ayresman on the mound for the Bears. The Eagles are high in energy, leading this game 6-0. Low pitch from Ayresman. And Annie Gahan's going to watch that one zip right past her. It's starting to look like Ayresman's going to be successful in closing this game out for the Bears. But it's all going to be up to the offense after this half of the inning. Annie Gahan for the Eagles this season has an average of .269. She has 14 hits on the season and 2 home runs. Watches that one go by high in the 3-1 count. Ayresman doesn't have the highest pitch count for the day, but it seems like she's starting to become a little fatigued, and that one's going to go right down the middle of the plate for the full count. And the pressure's on Andy Gahan. And Andy Gahan's going to send that one deep right, way out of play. Three-two count still, full count. I knocked over my seat cushion, so my apologies for the rustling. And Alexis Ayresman is going to look to strike her out. Low pitch. And she's going to send Gahan to first. Her first walk of the day. At the plate for Kirkwood. Not in the lineup today, but Nadia Telecki. She had a great game ahead of this one and previously before this one. On the season, she has .345 batting average and 10 hits on the season, 10 runs. And she looked like she went to bunt for that one, and Gahan stole second, and Tucky advanced to first. Not totally sure why. I think she thinks she made contact with the ball and it was fair. And it was by the umpires declared a foul ball, and Gahan will be sent back to first, and Telecki will hold on to her position at the plate. 0-1 count, 0 outs with Gahan on first. High pitch, no bunt, and Gahan takes second. And the ball came in with a lot of heat, seeking into Elise Kingston's face. She couldn't even hold on to the catch, but Gahan was already at second. Nadia's showing a bunt here, unless it was in order to bait Gahan to go to second. High ball. Gahan stays at second. 2-1 count. Telecki looking for her 11th hit on the season. Showing bunt, and she gets the bunt and is out at first. Quickly fielded up by Hernandez. She saw that one coming and ran just up to the plate, scoop up that grounder and dish it out to first base with Elise Kingston rushing over. Gahan advanced to third. 1 out. And a wild pitch sends Gahan home. Gahan went home after the wild pitch where Lexi Hines was showing a bunt. And now the Eagles are up 7-0. 1-0 count. Only 1 out so far. A check swing. Not called strike. Lexi Hines stays. Oh, it is called a strike. Lexi Hines stays at the plate. Swings right through that one. 1-2 count. The Airsman looking like it's starting to fall apart a little bit. More hits are being collected by the Eagles. And that was a low pitch. You can kind of see it in Airsman's in her posture. She's starting to look a little fatigued. In the top of the 6th. Foul tip. Hits the net. Lexi Hines stays at the plate. 2-2 count. Second and shortstop are playing a little deep. Wide ball. Lexi Hines stays at the plate, watches that one go by, and now it's a 3-2 count. And a high pitch was swung right through by Lexi Hines. Only 2 outs, and the Bears wanted to get off the field for that one. They thought that was the 3rd out. Only the 2nd. It's been a long inning so far for the Bears. Now at the plate for the Eagles is Brooke Hilberg. Brooke with the low. Swings at that one and be a foul ball outside. Out of play. And now Airsman has 3 strikeouts this game. Low pitch from Airsman. And Kilberg's just going to watch that one. Kilberg's one of the weaker hitters for the Eagles with a .206 batting average. Has only seen the plate this season 34 times and has 7 hits to show for it. Airsman with 2 outs, looking to shut this one away. Give the Bears some time to regroup, and a high ball to right field and at the wall. Logan Stepp grabs that one that fell from space. Logan Stepp, a key player for this Bears team, a phenomenal pitcher, phenomenal hitter, and a phenomenal outfielder as well. That'll conclude the top of the 6th inning, and the Bears will now be on the offensive side. Try to get some runs on the board, but Sailor Hall has been doing a phenomenal job on the mound. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break. Taking the plate for the Bears, Elise Kingston. Elise Kingston hasn't found very much success at the plate this season. Only has 4 hits for the 22 appearances she has had. Watch that one go by. Inside pitch. That was a ball. There's only been 2 hits throughout this entire game for the Bears, and that from Kingston was right at short base, but fielded up, and she's out at first. Quickly out. It was a fast grounder coming in, but should be called out on that one. Still no hits from Elise Kingston. High pitch. Madison Garcia at the plate. Sailor Hall looking for another strikeout. Low hit again to shortstop, and Garcia is called out at first once again. Annie Gahan at shortstop, getting all the work this inning. And here comes Logan Stepp, star player for the Bears, with her second at-bat this game. The left-hander. She's trying to bunt that one, just barely tipping it. I think the Bears are looking just to at least get onto base to open up some sort of opportunity. Oh, 1 count. She's going to hit that one down the right field line and is scooped up at first. And that is the end of the 6th inning. Just like that in under 2 minutes. The Eagles have flipped a switch and are now playing out of their minds. Three more outs for Sailor Hall. That's all she's going to need to put all the effort. Or 3 more outs for Alexis Ayersman to put all the effort into, to put the pressure onto the offense. But it looks like we've got a pitching change. Warming up for the Bears is Sydney Hawk. Sydney Hawk is one of the other freshmen of the freshman core of the pitching unit for the Phoenix Bears. Hawk has an ERA of 3.35, which is the 3rd lowest, just in front of Alyssa Trinan, who was subbed out at the top of the 2nd inning. And Sydney Hawk will take the mound for the Bears. Sydney Hawk with her first pitch of the game. Just to close out this inning. Swung right through that one. Emily Linder, the star 3rd baseman who picks up lots of the work in the infield. And Sydney Hawk already showing what she can do. Nice little curve there, but just outside. 1-1 count for Sydney Hawk in her first and only inning, unless the Bears can tie it up in the bottom of the 7th. Ball's going to be hit up for Linder, and Stepp will pick it up in the right field. fly out for Lendier. And Sydney Hawk is going to successfully close out this inning, hopefully with no score for the Bears, to keep her team in as close of an advantage as possible. But it's Bears are down 7-0. A high flyer hit by Hildenbrandt, and that is gone! Deep center field. And Sydney Hawk coming in the top of the 7th gave the home run to Nevaeh Hildenbrandt. And the offensive attack just keeps on coming for the Eagles. 1 out still, but now the Eagles lead 8-0. It's an unfortunate look for the Bears. Bears coming into this game were on a 17-game win streak, ranging all the way from February. Number 2 nationally, and the Eagles are 11. And a low grounder to second base from Grace Lubin was coughed up by Elise Kingston. She couldn't hold on to it and couldn't give it to first base. And now Grace Lubin is on first base after the error from Elise Kingston. And Grace Lubin's going to go steal second, and she does. A total defensive breakdown as of late for the Bears. There have been 3 innings in a row with a run, and they have been shut out completely. Sydney Hawk only pitching 1 inning this game. A high flyer to right field. And Logan Stepp is right there, and she's going to send it to third base, cutting it off with Elise Kingston. And Grace Lubin is at third base, awaiting to go home. 2 outs after the pop out from Peggy Klingler. Sydney Rowe, the catcher for the Eagles, takes the mound. Surprised to not see a mercy rule from either team, as they tend to do that a lot. And Madison Garcia fumbles the ball. Couldn't scoop up the grounder, went to throw it to home. She couldn't hold on to it as she picked it up to throw. And they're going to change runners. Sydney Rowe's going to head back to the dugout, being replaced by Grace Swag. And the Eagles are now up 9-0. An unfortunate situation for the Bears. Looks they're going to umpire and the head coach of the Bears are going to discuss some logistics. It's unfortunate to see the Bears come down to a loss of this great. 9-0. And this won't affect the Bears too much in the rankings, but it does affect their morale a little bit. Wide pitch from Hawk. And Annie Gahan watches that one race by. Andy Gahan stays at the plate. A high wide pitch from Hawk. Zwang is at first with 2 outs. 2-0 count. Low pitch from Hawk, which forces the 3-0 count. And to how it's going to be looking, I do not think Gahan is going to be swinging at a 3-0 count. She might be looking for the walk, and that's a strike right down the middle. Gahan watches that one go by. 3-1 count. Gahan may not swing at all. She does swing it, and it goes right down the center of the field, just over the glove of Sydney Hawk. She goes to first and advances along to second base. 2 runners on base in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. The Eagles lead by 9-0. Taking the plate for the Eagles is Kennedy Hill. On the season, Kennedy has 3 hits, has one of the lower batting averages on the team. 1-2-0. 1-1 count from Sydney Hawk. 2 runners on base with 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Swung right through that one. Kennedy Hill forces the strike 2 for the 1-2 count. One more strike will close the game for Sydney Hawk. And Kennedy Hill swings at that one. Foul ball out of play behind the plate. Sydney Hawk looking for one more strike. And she... Foul ball to the left foul zone. And Kennedy Hill looking for her 4th hit of the year. Watches that one go by. It was high, forcing the 2-2 count. This is a team that the Bears could see in the future in the playoffs, and a line drive hit to third. Madison Garcia fields that one with ease. And the Bears have one more opportunity to get rid of the goose egg that is on the scoreboard as of now. With a loss here, this would be the first loss for the Bears since February 20th, which would drop them to a record of 23-5. Their last loss was against for the Bears was against Central Arizona College, February 18th, in an 8-6 deficit. They got swept that series in Game 1, 6-5, and lost in Game 2 with 8-6. And the series before that, they were also swept. So they had a 4-game losing streak, which were the only 4 losses prior to this game. And then they went on to a 17-game winning streak. And now, how it's looking is going to be their 5th loss of the year after a very impressive 17-game win streak. Asia Jones takes the plate. Make one trying effort to close out this game. Sailor Hall sends that one wide. And for the Eagles, they haven't They had just come off a loss earlier this month against South Mountain Community College. Asia Jones hits that to shortstop. Hit that right to Annie Gahan, and Asia Jones will be done for the game. Taking the plate now for the Bears. It's Bella Angelo. Bella Angelo, one of the more stronger hitters, has 10 home runs, which is the most on the team. Inside pitch, called a strike. For Kirkwood, they haven't played the same amount of games as the Bears. They're currently at 13-5. Swing and miss from Bella Angelo. That one was low. Swung that one like Tiger Woods. Now it's an 0-2 count for the Bears. 1 out, nobody on base. And the Eagles lead 9-0. And Bella Angelo swings right through that one. The second out in the final inning. It's now up to Danzanita Hernandez. The last trying effort for the Bears. The only losses for the Eagles have been at away sites. And Hernandez sends a slow grounder to shortstop. And the Eagles come away with the shutout victory, which snaps the Bears' 17-game win streak. Splitting the game series, the Eagles turned on a switch and totally outperformed the Bears in Game 2. And they will now shake hands. Later today, the Kirkwood Eagles will head down to Glendale to face off against the Glendale Community College. And for the Bears, they will be staying home to host Gateway Community College, which will be a doubleheader tomorrow. Same time, 12 o'clock, 2 p.m. And the stadium is now quiet after the rough loss. Final score, 9-0. Total shutout from Sailor Hall and the Kirkwood Eagles. And pitching struggled with the Bears. In Game 1, they saw outstanding pitching from Logan Stepp. Pitched the full game and won 6-2. And coming into Game 2, the Bears started out with Alyssa Trinan. Trinan allowed 5 runs in the first and allowed a double early on in the top of the second. Was quickly replaced by Alexis Ayresman. And Ayresman pitched for a majority of the game until being pulled for the top of the 7th and replaced of Sydney Hawk. And Sydney Hawk could only do as much as she could. Allowed 2 runs, which gave the 9-0 lead for the Eagles. First loss in 17 games for the Bears. Looks like they'll regroup and reorganize and come out strong tomorrow against Gateway Community College. Thank you all for tuning in, and if you had just joined us, my name is Kyle Corian, and we'll see you tomorrow in Phoenix.